Searching data and viewing inquiries is a general skill for an Access Diplomat user and may be customised with user permissions. This video guide explores how to find information in Access Diplomat from the point of view of an inbound call agent. The focus here is on searching for data, opening screens, finding records and viewing information without making changes. First, let's open the Customers function, a powerful search tool allowing us to search for customers and prospects using multiple search terms. Let's take a quick look at some of these icons. First, we have the magnifying glass. This is used to run a search once you've entered a search term. The next icon is easy to overlook in searches, but it is used across multiple applications in the system. It's the stop or clear icon. This allows you to stop the action you're currently performing or clear a field when in context. In this example, it appears only briefly because our demonstration data is small. In a live system with a very large number of records, this can be especially useful if you realise you've searched for the wrong term and you want to stop the search straight away. The settings icon controls how your search works. From here, you can choose what search term is matched against. You'll see two lists: available match types and selected match types. At the moment, the search is set up to match against general customer information, but not document numbers. Let's add those now. To move items from one list to another, we can double-click, use the spacebar, or use the action buttons in the centre. With document numbers included, we can find a customer using information such as sales order number that they may be reading out over the phone. You can also match against customers' numbers, short name references, postcodes, telephone numbers and email addresses. The exact options available to you may vary depending on the modules and features enabled on your system. The filter icon allows you to create and apply filters in a similar way. Filters let you narrow down what you see by focusing on specific criteria, and then appear in the drop-down list next to the filter icon. If you'd like to explore filters in more detail, this is covered in the video user guide Using Filters in Access Diplomat, where we walk through how filters are created and used throughout the system. Once we enter a search term, a scrolling list of matching customers is displayed. The results are colour-coded to help you identify the record type at a glance. Black indicates a live customer, grey indicates a closed customer, and orange indicates a prospect. Data list screens follow a familiar format. They display multiple columns of information to help you quickly identify the correct record, such as a name, a reference, or a postcode. In search results like this, you can also see how a match was found using the match type and match text columns. You can move through the list by scrolling. Move up and down using your keyboard cursors, or scroll directly with a mouse wheel. You can scroll using the arrows to the right of the data list. Once the correct record is highlighted, double-click to open it, or press Return. The record opens the associated inquiry screen. Inquiry screens allow you to view information without changing it. Because we're searching customers, we will open a Customer's Enquiry screen. Should the customer have an urgent note on their account, as in this case, the note will be presented on screen before you can move on to the information record by clicking OK. Within an inquiry, information is grouped onto tabs and sections. You can move between these tabs to view related details. Many inquiry tabs present data in data lists, maybe a list of contacts, outstanding order items, or transactions. These lists behave in a consistent way throughout the system. You can sort columns, review multiple entries, find, or select an item to see more detail. In this example, the customer is inquiring about the status of a specific order, which we would find on the Sales Order tab. Let's work through a scenario with an agent helping a customer.
Good morning, AGPL Gardening Supplies. Andy speaking. How can we be of assistance?
Hello Andy, it's Kathy Brown from Tools R Us. I'm just calling to check the status of one of our orders.
Andy begins by searching for the customer by name. He can see that Kathy manages accounts for more than one branch, so he needs to confirm which account was used.
Of course. Do you have a reference for the order?
I do, it's CB24219.
Thank you. Let me just check on that.
Andy uses the customer's purchase order reference to identify the correct account. The order was raised against this account. Andy opens the customer inquiry screen and selects the Sales Order tab to review the sales order details.
So I can see the order. The sales number is 18734. That one is completed and has been invoiced.
I do seem to be missing that one. Can you send me a copy please? Or do I have to go through to accounts?
Let me just check to see if there's any account notes.
Before sending the invoice, Andy checks the Call tab. He adjusts the filter to show all accounting calls to confirm there are no issues linked to this order. He sees that all calls are completed, so he can handle this simple request rather than putting it to accounts.
There are no issues on the account or that order. Let me send you the invoice for you straight away.
Andy returns to the sales order and goes to the Transaction tab. Here we can find the invoice.
Before I do send this, is there any other queries that I can help with?
I might have one more in a moment.
Because Kathy may have another query, Andy doesn't use the send a hard copy method. Instead, he copies the invoice to the clipboard and prepares an email to paste the attachment.
What's the next reference?
It's CB23A456H.
Andy looks up the second reference, which is on the same account. The order is not due until next Monday, so no further action is going to be required.
So that order is scheduled for delivery next Monday.
Oh, that's super. So if you could just send me the other invoice, that'd be great.
Of course, I'll send you that invoice as well. Is there anything else we can assist with?
That's perfect. Thanks for your help.
Thanks very much, Kathy.
This example shows how a well-trained and experienced user can provide excellent customer service. By accessing the right information quickly, inquiries can be resolved at the first point of contact, reducing the need to involve other departments. If a caller asks follow-up questions, such as checking another document or confirming related information, you can also move between lists and inquiries using smart buttons, context menus, and links. Throughout this process, you are only viewing information. Access Diplomat clearly separates inquiry and lookup screens from maintenance screens, helping ensure data is not changed accidentally. Let's take another look at another inquiry. We're going to look at a stock record, Gold Tools chrome-plated standard fork with a wooden shaft. And it has a large number of tabs. Depending on your role, you may not need to see all of them all of the time. By using the File menu, the option Show Hide Tabs, you can choose which tabs are visible. Hidden tabs are not removed, they are just simply hidden from view and can be turned back on at any time. This means you can focus on the tabs that matter most. The tab visibility settings are remembered for you, so the screen opens in the same way each time you return to it. From the same menu, we can make a specific tab your default. First, go to the tab you wish to be shown first the next time you open. Then use the menu to Save Default Tab. Using a combination of favourites, smart tools, context menus and links may lead to you having multiple windows open. To close out of inquiries, we simply use the Exit option on the menu, or the Close Window control at the top right-hand side of the inquiry. A user can have multiple windows open at the same time in a single session. For optimal system performance and efficient use of resources, it is recommended that the number of open windows is kept to a minimum. When a user has multiple Access Diplomat windows open, each window appears as a separate item on the Windows taskbar. For most modern operating systems, applications are grouped by default. If multiple Access Diplomat windows are open, you will see a single Access Diplomat icon on the taskbar for that type. Hovering over this icon displays a thumbnail, which then can preview each open window. You can identify several windows by these previews, which show the window title, the contents, and selecting a preview brings the window into the foreground and will switch when you hover to the next in the group. If the taskbar labels are enabled in Windows, each window may also be listed separately with its title visible, making it easier to distinguish between screens, but it will take up more space on the taskbar. Using the taskbar in this way allows users to switch between Open Access Diplomat windows quickly and confirm how many windows are currently open. Again, for efficient system use, the user should regularly review the open windows via the taskbar and close any that are no longer required. For more details, take a look at our online help resources or use your pastime units to book a remote training session with one of our consultants. We look forward to seeing you.